everybody. It's been a little while. Pardon my hair because it's early, not quite 7 a.m. yet. Oh, a little after 7 now. But we're out at the bee yard. It's been a little bit, like I said, since I've given you an update. We've had a disastrous attempt at queen rearing. I think I'm 0 for 2 for phases. 0 for almost 40 in grafted cells. And then we had to take a hiatus a little bit because we had to stay away while some events are happening here at the farm. So took a break, but did want to break down hive 4. It was getting pretty big without, we're not supering or anything with it because that's the one I'm trying to graft queens out of. So right now, the current status, and we'll get into the bees to do a hot lap check to see what's going on. But I broke down hive 4 into 2, split that into 2 colonies, seeing what happens. I'm looking at the one colony. I just saw a bee go in with some pollen, so hopefully that's a good sign that they're doing all right, and they've one of the cells or one of the hives, because truth be told, once I got into them I couldn't find the queen. So I gave both hives some eggs. Both have a ton of resources. The plan today is to get in to see who's got queens and who's got queen cells. So now we have hives 1 through 5, and then I am starting my IPM, my integrated pest management system, with some drone comb. So I put in some green drone comb into hives 1, 2, and 3. And when I did that, I was thinking I'd take out resources so that it didn't ruin anything. And then I thought, why not take out a nice sheet of brood from each one of those and stick it into hive 6, and we'll grab a frame of eggs from hive 4 and put it in hive 6 as well. So hive 6 had, a week or so ago, 3 gigantic frames of brood from 1, 2, and 3 from each one of those replacements, and a frame of eggs. So they had 4 frames of bees placed into that hive as well. We got entrance reducers on them to try and protect them. They got low numbers, but it is a hot one out today. So like I said, 7 a.m. and they're already bearding. We got lids tipped up for extra ventilation, doing what we can to make the bees' lives a little more comfortable. But let's get into them, see who's got eggs, see who's got queen cells, and see who's got queens out of 4, 5, and 6. And that'll be a wrap for today. Thinking now I should have gone into hives 5 and 6 first, given that they're much smaller colonies. But I'm going to try and do this without gloves because it's just so much easier. Much more pleasant experience without gloves, especially if they're grumpy. But we're gonna use smoke. Try not to disturb as much as possible. Nice and gentle. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast, is what they say. No queen up top there. And this was an empty-ish box that we put on. So I don't assume there's a lot going on up here, so I'm gonna actually go straight to the bottom box. Nice and gentle. Let's see what we're working with here. And we're looking for the queen. We're looking for eggs. Or we're looking for queen cells. This frame Has a lot of bees. I'm gonna try and bump off a little bit because I don't necessarily need them out here. And resources, they're drawing out that frame. Frame was pretty empty last time. Got one grumpy bee on my face right now. That's okay. Better on my face than on my hands because it can't get to my face right now. Looking for the queen, looking for eggs, looking for cells. This is a ton of bee bread. Just solid resources. Very heavy frame. Awesome frame. But nothing useful at this point for this mission. I'm trying to remember. This is where note-taking may have been a good choice because I don't know which one of these frames we put in as our egg frame. Resources again. Oh, tons of bee bread. My gosh. Both of these frames fantastic for queen rearing, funny enough. If that ever comes back around. Just kidding. I'm absolutely going to get back at it once the events here at the farm are over with and we can get out here more regularly again. Frame feels pretty light. Wow, solid brood on this side. Checking out quick, looking for queen. As you can see, solid brood on this side too. Really great frame, starting to hatch out. Still no queen. There does look to be a queen cell at the bottom of here. See if it's charged. It is charged. It's got, well, it's got a bunch of royal jelly. I don't know if it's got an egg or a larva in it or anything. Possibly a larva in there. I don't know where they would have gotten that from, unless the next frame over has the eggs and they move them. I guess I don't know. Do they move eggs from cell to cell as they build out queen cells? If you know the answer to that, drop that one in the comments. I'm curious. Pretty light. A lot of milk brood on this frame. We're remembering frame number 4, the queen cells, in case we do find the queen here. Not that I'm going to do anything specific with it just yet, but it's something good to remember. No queen on that frame. Frame 5. This frame is heavy. Feels like a resource frame. Another queen cell at the bottom of this one. Also charged. No queen on that frame. several queen cells out of this one. A couple of them are charged. I guess my questions, I don't know where they're getting. Only the one frame had eggs that I was aware of. I don't see a queen here. And if I remember correctly, I'd be very surprised if the queen ended up in this hive, because I couldn't find her when I went through the top box of this hive, which would have been the box with her. So I don't really know. Oh, holy heavy. This one's a beefy frame. Lots of honey, nectar, capped and uncapped. No queen. Spotted on that frame. So that concludes this search. All right, here at Hive 5, see what they're up to. Again, this is the split from Hive 4. I believe the queen is in here. So that will be a welcome sight if we can find her. We did put some honey frames in here so they'd have resources. No bees over here. Population's not super big. That's alright. Nectar. Bringing in some nectar, which is pretty good. Gotta be able to pry them apart with my fingers, it's so warm, but it's not quite that warm. Whoa, queen cells, queen cells. Big old queen cells down here. Larva. Capped queen cells. Charged queen cells, that one's got a big old larva in it. Let's see what else we find. That's just an empty frame. There's literally nothing on there. Queen cell, queen cells. Big queen cells on that frame. Already capped. No queen. Brood here. Brood here down to what stage? Good sized larva. I don't see any eggs. The number of queen cells definitely makes me feel like she's not in here. So then I'd really have the question of where is she, because the other hive's raising queen cells, this hive's raising queen cells. Big queen cells on this one. Queen cell in the middle of this frame and the bottom of this frame. There's a big queen cell right there, and you can see it bottom over here. No queen to be found in here. And let's check the last frame here. See what's going on. Several queen cells in the middle of this frame. And a bunch of resources over here. So pretty confident there's no queen in this hive either. You know, there was a lot of movement that day. Maybe we rolled her. But there's a lot of queens coming from this colony. And we'll have to do some math to figure out if there's a chance when we come back, we're on vacation today, there'll be time to grab some queen cells before they hatch out and put them into some nuke colonies. Because several of these frames, we could split off these frames into a couple are just to raise a handful of queens, have some fun with. And do it that way, since the traditional method or the queen rearing method isn't doing anything for us. But that was a good check. Lots of queen cells. Good to know they're doing their thing. All right, it's starting to rain here at Hive 6. So we're gonna do this pretty quickly. It's just a light rain. If it starts to come down, we'll button it back up. But this hive should have the least amount of population of any of them because of the nature in which they were populated. But it does look like they got a good number actually, so. But definitely, okay, I guess I shouldn't say definitely. The least likely to have queens have a queen. But wow, wouldn't that be funny if they ended up with the one frame that ended up with the queen out of all of them. Just resources. Put that one to the side here. Little water never hurt anybody. Resources. Resources. Don't see a queen. I'll try and do it from this side here. This is why I love the bee barn. Hey, if you haven't been following along to our bee barn series, the unicorn bee barn so far, check it out. It's awesome. I love working bee barns. So this whole frame hatched out. This was a full frame of brood. This was a full frame of brood. All hatched out. So that's what's giving them their numbers. Brood. Taking a look quick for queens. There's a queen, super procedure looking queen cell there. Could have already been there. Larva. Curious on this. This was my egg cell that I gave them. Should have probably marked that. Go queen cell. Queen cells all over this one. They are capped. A couple of them are capped anyway. So I guess I'm going to go on a limb and say this one didn't have the queen either. I don't know where the queen went. My guess is that we injured her in some way, shape, or form. Give these frames a wide berth when we take them out, because the queen cells have a tendency to jut out in all sorts of different directions, and you don't want to damage the queen cell either. Oh, queen cells all over this frame. With larvae, these things are good to go. Check out that frame for you. See the queen cells at the bottom there. Still checking for the queen, but I don't see her here. Resources, drawing them out. It's a good looking frame. This side not so much, but this was a pretty damaged frame at the same time, so they're picking it back up, cleaning it up. But judging by the queen cells in here, I would say no queen in this hive either. So I got 3 queenless hives. I expected 2. So a little confused and whatever, but you know, that hive wasn't doing it anyway for as far as queen rearing goes. Maybe a little switch up might help. We'll get this hive button back up and we are a wrap for today. Well, that's a wrap. Out in the fields today, everything's really overgrown. As you can see, I need to get out here hopefully once the events are all wrapped up and do a lot of mowing, a lot of trimming up, and then we can get back into this whole queen situation and figure out what we're gonna do. If they're capped on day 8, hatch on day 16, so I got about a week. If I get back out here, I think we have time to save some, to try and split off and to make more queens. And you know, that's the goal. Let's make some queens. Keep them, sell them, use them for splits, whatever we want to do. But that's the goal. And our other goal is just to have some fun with it. So stick with us. Again, if you don't follow along with our bee barn series, the unicorn bee barn, check it out. We'll be doing an inspection there next week too. But that's super fun. Bee barns are awesome. And that colony is killing it. So I'm very excited about the bee barn situation. And once we get some queens, we'll be able to split it off, populate the bare bee barn, and that one will be good to go too. More bee barns, the better. Stay tuned. Have a good one.